Thank you for attending the COVID officer training that's been put on by Team Sunderland. We want to help sport organisations return safely to sport and physical activity. To ensure this, NGB guideline requires a club to appoint a named COVID officer, and thank you for taking that role. The purpose of this role is to oversee and implement public health and safety measures across the organisation or across the club, and ensure that they are done in a safe manner that adheres to government and relevant national governing body guidelines. The COVID officer will predominantly work in the background to coordinate the club's return to training and will be the main point of contact for all of your club on all things related to COVID. However, the COVID officer shall not bear sole responsibility for ensuring all hygiene and public health advice is followed. This responsibility will be shared by all in the club. Tasks may include working with the club committee to ensure each session is compliant with the guidelines and guidance. Have a clear understanding of their national governing body return to play strategy documents. These vary across all of the national governing bodies, and they're a living document, so it's changing all the time. We will give you the current print off when you pick up your COVID kit next week, and then we will ensure that an updated version will be on your website. Along with the coach, ensure all players attending the sessions understand the guidelines of the session. Be aware of the government guidelines and COVID-related safety, hygiene and social distancing protocols. Have read and understood the COVID-19 risk assessment that's been done for every sport and session. That's been written by our health and safety lead, Kevin Ludlow. Again, he will be on hand if you wanted to discuss any of those, or likewise anybody in the office can have a conversation with you about that. You will get a copy of that so you can see the type of risks that will be associated with your relevant sport. Other tasks may include ensure the session implements a pre-booking system to manage the number of players attending each session. This has to be done as each national governing body will have limitations on the amount of people that can attend sessions. There will be no way of just somebody turning up or rocking up and trying to play at that session. They won't be allowed. They'll be turned away. You have to adhere to the pre-booked sessions. And again, be registered as a member of your club. And that's done on our online store. And this year, it's free to join a club. You can join up to 3. So make sure that that is implemented first. Ensure contact details for all players attending are collected and registers are sent over to the Team Sunderland office or City Space. This can be done on a mobile phone now. You could take a photograph of the register which you filled in and just email it to us. Or alternatively, you could hand it physically into us or post it into us. Manage session delivery and movement within the sports hall to ensure that the group sizes are not exceeded and social distancing is always maintained. If this isn't happening with certain repeat offenders, report it to the coach and then to the Team Sunderland office. We can then manage that for you. We don't expect you to have to manage that element of conflict within those people that are persistent offenders. That might result in that person being asked to leave the session or being banned for a short while, or in extreme cases, be excluded from all Team Sunderland activities. We want you to participate as a COVID officer. You can participate in the sessions. You don't have to just be there or, stand at the side. But if you do participate in the sessions, you have to be included in those numbers. So, for instance, if we had 10 people wanting to do cheerleading, and you were your COVID officer for cheerleading, you would have to be included in that 10. So it'd be 9 others and you. So I'm going to go on to protocols if somebody becomes unwell or think they have symptoms during training session. It's very simple. If an adult becomes unwell during an activity, they should go home immediately and visit the NHS website, or alternatively use the app. Again, we'll go into a little bit about the app. If you're not familiar with it, I'll be showing you a little video later on to sort of bring you up to speed with that. All participants, players, coaches, coordinators have a responsibility to notify the COVID officer should they get symptoms. The person with symptoms should seek a test promptly and follow the NHS track and trace procedure. The COVID officer should then contact Team Sunderland. Then we, as Team Sunderland, will contact everyone who attended the sessions to advise them that an individual within that group has reported symptoms. If the individual is a coach who has led additional sessions, all participants in these sessions need to be contacted by Team Sunderland. It is not the responsibility of the COVID officer to inform others if someone at the club or facility is tested positive for COVID-19. This will be done by the NHS track and trace team. Individual rights to privacy must be observed at all costs. I mentioned about record keeping. To ensure the club keeps accurate records of all attendees in line with home nation contact tracing requirements. This will be done on our registers. We have to ensure that these records are sufficient, and we only keep them in line with GDPR requirements for 21 days. Then they will be destroyed. These must be handed in or emailed to team@sunderland.ac.uk after every session. You will be given registers for your sessions to complete. I will show you a sample of that now. It's a very basic one. It has name, emergency contact numbers, the date of the session, the time that the person went in and the time that the person left. We've also added in there, which isn't necessarily a requirement for test and trace or anything like that, but we've asked for the university user's ID, which will just be easier for us to track them and contact them if we need to. But also some medical information. Now, if nobody has anything to declare in that, that's absolutely fine. What that'll give you is just when they first initially registered for your club, if any of their medical details have changed, it gives them the opportunity to tell you about it. So, for instance, somebody may have developed asthma from the time that they filled out the form to be part of your club to the point that they actually turn up for training. This just ensures that we can, if they want to declare it, get any more medical information. I'm going to show you a very short video now about hygiene during sessions. So hopefully this will give you a few pointers as to how to manage your session. Of the app, which is the NHS COVID-19 app. This will hopefully give you a little bit of an insight into it, and hopefully start thinking about promoting it to the club and the club members.
The NHS COVID-19 app is a vital part in the fight against coronavirus. Now, based on Apple and Google's privacy-preserving technology, the app will help us safely live our lives, protecting you and others. If your postcode district becomes high risk, the app will let you know and give you advice on what action to take. And if you come into close contact with another user who reports a positive test result, the app will send you an anonymous alert. A built-in QR scanner lets you check into venues quickly and easily. You can check your symptoms in the app, and if they suggest you may have coronavirus, the app is an easy way to get tested. Any data shared with the app is held on your phone. Nobody will know who or where you are. You can delete the app and all data at any time. The new NHS COVID-19 app is the fastest way to see if you're at risk from the virus. The faster you know, the quicker you can alert and protect your loved ones.
So what will we give you? You'll get a COVID kit that'll have hand sanitizer in it and all the relevant things to make sure that you will be safe during your training. A first aid kit, if applicable. Attendance registers. National governing body return to play guidelines. Sport risk assessments. COVID guidance and good practice handout that you can see on the right. If you have any questions, please contact us on the email below, or alternatively, contact the office. I hope you found that useful. Again, any queries or anything at all, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you.